I'm sure you all have heard the saying, hard work beats talent, right? And how, regardless of how talented you are, how natural and just innate a gift is, you have to put in the hard work to back it up. Now, with that quote, I feel like is often missing, and what, the missing second half of that phrase is that hard work takes time, and you have to have the time to build up that hard work to support and foster the talent. And this book really breaks down and explains why that time behind the hard work is the true key to success.
No, that's right.
You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
I know that's right.
What word do I overuse?
No, that's right.
Hi guys, it's your girl Savvy C, and welcome back to I Know That's Right, a weekly video series where I give spoiler-free book reviews revolving around a monthly theme. Now, if you're not new, you already know what I'm gonna say, but if you're new, welcome, hello, special welcome to you. I know I've been away, okay, I know it's late. I told you guys I was gonna have an April theme, which I didn't mind. I had true intentions. I was gonna have a May theme. It was gonna be great. But this day called finals hit. Okay, I'm in graduate school. My internship really picked up. I went back home unexpectedly, and so it's just a lot of things going on. But best believe, trust and believe, your girl was reading, but I just didn't really have time to sit down and properly give you a new episode of I Know That's Right. But that has changed it today. It's a new day. I'm still alive. I'm still standing. And today, I'm talking about Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers, the story of success. And I read this, ironically enough, on my plane ride from Paris back to DC, back home. And I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I've heard about Malcolm Gladwell before. I read Blink. I started Tipping Point and then I returned it, but I didn't finish it. But familiar with his work, knew his writing style, and have heard a lot about Outliers, and was just curious about it and just saw it on Kindle app, and I was like, let me cop that on the flight, and I'm really glad I did. So that's today's a focus on today, and then towards the end I'll announce June, and things are getting around. We're gonna come back to it. So anyways, let's focus on today. So in November 2008, Malcolm Gladwell released this book, Outliers, and it really just overall details and describes how one goes from good to being great, and then how the greats become the greats, right? Behind every person, they always say it takes a village, right, to raise a child, but we don't see really what goes into making someone a master at their craft, and what that truly entails, and the time, energy, support, environments needed to build a success story, and what makes a success story. And so this really just peels back like the curtain and looking into what makes someone successful, which I really admired and really enjoyed. It's 302 pages, 9 chapters, and just the overarching concept I kind of touched on already was that 10,000 hours. Remember that number, 10,000 hours is just like the magic number of deliberate, conscious practice at something that will make you, yes you, a master at your craft. Will make you on a level to be prepared for success. Now, it's not guaranteed, of course. Life throws its curveballs as it does so well. So you won't be guaranteed to have success after 10,000 hours, but you're pretty darn close. It's like 99, I guess 0.9%, if you will, right? You're so close to gaining that. And so throughout this book, he uses countless examples from like the Beatles to Bill Gates, lol, to why Asians are so good at math, stereotypically, where that stereotype is rooted from, where that comes from, and just so many other case studies in between. And it just shows how, if you really just look at the details of these people's lives, Canadian hockey players is really fascinating case study. If you just look at the lives behind these groups, people that you admire, etc., if they just look at the details, look at the timeline is important, their environment, and then just the ultimate room to grow and practice. And so the ultimate key and just the overlying undercurrent theme of each story, so like from Bill Gates, Beatles, he didn't mention Beyonce, but like you could have used like Beyonce, anyone, Steve Jobs, like all these people, right? They had time, a key time, and towards like their younger years to have like this unprecedented or just is that the wrong word? Like they had this unprecedented just area to practice, right? So like Bill Gates, I'll go back to him. He was just born in the right place, right time, right? And had the ability to practice coding at the University of Washington when they like just got PCs, and he was able to stay there for hours upon hours. He was able to code for the university and like work there and do all this stuff before he even got to college. And then when he got left and dropped out of Harvard, casually, was able to start Microsoft and grow it into what it is today. Same with like the Beatles. They got this gig, I forget where. I want to say in Germany. Yeah, I want to say in Germany. And they had to like perform for like, it was like 8+ hours straight each night that they were at this venue. And they would just have to like work through as a band, performing night after night, hour after hour, and just work through the kinks. And then that made them prepared for, Beatlemania. And when things took off, quote unquote, took off for them, they were more than prepared. So basically, it was just really fascinating to just see how when we look at success stories, right, especially in America and the States, I'm American, I live in Paris now, but as an American, we always are just like fed these like rags to riches stories and the American dream, blah, 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 which is valid, right? Has some validity to it. I don't know, I know some people personally that have, achieved the American dream, but oftentimes what we so often forget and leave out of that conversation, leave out of those stories, are the environments that said person was in. So it's like, yes, you worked hard, you got it. Yes, meritocracy, whatever. But truly, it's the environments and the privileges of one's social network and connections and just how else do I say it? Yeah, just like social network, connections, and like just access to things that will allow you to put in those 10,000 hours, to put in that time to work on a craft and grow it, rather than, having to go to work to support your family, having to stay home and watch your siblings, or not being able to pursue your passion, whatever, like, oh, that's not realistic, focus on this and get a job after high school, whatever, those types of things. And so how with that, great, achievement gap disparity, it's not really that people can't achieve it. It's not really that those in, maybe lower class neighborhoods, or those who didn't want to go to college or weren't able to go and pursue higher education, just are inequipped. They're not inadequate by any means, in any stretch of the imagination. They just didn't have and don't have the time isn't on their side. And they just don't have that privilege to just like, explore their talent and, let their kid or let themselves really just foster that talent and that interest. And so without that lack of time, they truly can't become a master at it. And thus, they are left to do jobs that they don't want to do, and they, kind of stuck in like this cycle, if you will. And so I was just really illuminating, very sad to realize, and like kind of an aha moment, but was nonetheless illuminating and interesting just to hear that out, and just kind of fascinating as well to just see that like privilege really comes from like your environment and your social system. So yeah, this book a lot reminded me of Tim S. Grover's Relentless, and just again talking about like how there's good to great, and then great to just like one of one, right? And you have the cleaners, right? Just these people who are really just the best of the best. They're the Michael Jordan, get it? Bear Jordan. Shouts to Bozeman, Montana. The Michael Jordan, or this is Bear Jordan, it's a joke. Like the Michael Jordans of so-and-so, the Beyoncés of so-and-sos, the geniuses of the world, the true ones of ones, and how, those people come to be from having such a great practice. I truly recommend this book to entrepreneurs out there. This really is just inspiring and gives you like a real calculated, step-by-step guide, if you will, to achieving what you want to achieve, and how you just need to really put in, quite literally the time to do so. I recommend this to high school students and college students, even like myself, graduate students. Anyone, I would say like from 18 specifically to like 30, I would say, in particular. Like if you're in school right now, I think this would be a great book to pick up and check out. And then lastly, I'd recommend this to parents or, you know, maybe older siblings, aunties, uncles, cousins, anyone that's like kind of a parental figure, guardian figure to someone that's, you know, not significantly younger than you, but someone that, you know, looks up to you, you know, they have like a talent that you think could be fostered. I think this would be a great book for you. Like I always think about, like, the Olympics are coming up and they always have those commercials, or at least they did like back in like 2012, 2016, where it'd be like a mom talking about like you know, their kid would be like, you know, doing like a dismount off the couch at like age 2. You know, it's like if you see something like that, I think this would be a great book to just let you, again, just foster that talent and let that kid do what they're put on this earth to do, including what they have talent to do. All right, so definitely check this out. This was a good one, definitely well worth your time. And lastly, I have not done this quite yet, but I am, ironically enough, going to do this. Now, I always encourage people to read. I love reading, of course, so I do these videos week after week. But if you don't have the time, money, or just, yeah, time, money, and just overall inkling to read this, I'm going to link in the description box if you're watching this on YouTube. And then I will just put the title of the video and my IGTV caption if you're watching this on IGTV or Instagram page. And this is just a video that Malcolm himself presented to the Microsoft team, and it just breaks down this concept of outliers again. So hopefully, you know, if you can't read this book, can't pick it up, you can just overall get the concept and the idea of what an outlier is. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. June is coming up next week, which is crazy to think about, but also very exciting. We're halfway through the year. Like, what? How? Ready? How? And with June, I Know That's Right is coming back stronger than ever. I'm going to announce the theme next week. I'm really excited about this theme. I'm going to keep the momentum going. I don't have class again until September, so I can really just crank out some great content for you guys, some videos to come. Gonna try to switch things up with the Instagram page that I haven't been updating forever, but I'm going to get back into it now, so be sure to follow that. The link will be down below in the description box. And, you know, your girl is back. Like I said, we gonna bounce back like 2, 3 again, Michael Jordan references. And yeah, just stay tuned for all of that. As always, I'm sending my love to wherever you are in the world where you're watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.